Hello, I'm Sean Spozzato, and this is Inside the Magic's Ultimate Attraction Showdown, where we take a look at some of the world's greatest attractions and stack them together head to head. Before we get started today, let's take a look at what you guys thought of last week's episode. Today's episode is going to be an aquatic battle between Disney's and Universal's newest water rides. We're going to compare the KRAKATAU Aqua Coaster of Universal Orlando's Volcano Bay against Misadventure Falls of Walt Disney World's Typhoon Lagoon. But first, let's lay down the rules for this epic battle. In this showdown, we assess each ride based on 5 different categories: story, queue, visuals, thrills, and immersiveness. And then we rate each category up to 5, and in the end, whichever ride has the most points is the winner. Let's kick off this showdown with a ride that is propelled through a volcano by the power of magnets. KRAKATAU Aqua Coaster is Volcano Bay's signature attraction, a water coaster that takes you deep inside the heart of the KRAKATAU volcano. Guests who take on the KRAKATAU can expect a rigid and rapid ride full of sharp twists and turns. The water coaster is propelled by linear induction motor technology, which is able to thrust the craft downwards and upwards through the volcano's interior peaks and valleys. Each canoe has a metal plate fixed to the bottom, and magnets are placed strategically on the upward portions of the ride's track. Through the sequencing of these magnets, the canoe is actually pulled along the track from this magnetic force. The story of this ride tells of how the honorary Waturi people can experience the power of KRAKATAU. In 4-person canoes, you can slide upward through the mists and into the dark twists and turns within the volcano, before emerging with a plunge through a shimmering waterfall. I give this story a 3. This is not the most compelling story, but as you are journeying in the canoe on this quick water coaster, you definitely feel the power of KRAKATAU. This ride's fast pace, quick turns, and overall intensity really drives this story home. The queue. This ride has no queue, as Universal has decided with the creation of the Volcano Bay Water Park, there are no physical lines, only virtual ones. With the new technology of Tapu Tapu, guests can tap in at the front of the attraction and then go about their day around the park as they wait for their turn to ride each ride. Guests are then notified of their turn via the Tapu Tapu wristband. Even with the new technology, I still have to give this queue a 2. Tapu Tapu may let you walk around the park while you're waiting, but the ride does have a physical line set up in the case that they cannot cycle through guests fast enough, so you may actually end up waiting through a virtual line on top of a physical one, even after being notified that it's your turn to get on the ride. The new technology also still has guests experiencing incredibly long wait times. It has been reported that park guests have waited up to 6 hours for the KRAKATAU Aqua Coaster, in addition to some of the other rides found at the park. Universal definitely has some kinks to work out of this new system. The visuals. As you journey quickly into the volcano, you take in the inside of a massive structure that not only contains KRAKATAU Aqua Coaster, but also the Ko-Okiri Body Plunge, the Kala and Tainui Serpentine Body Slides, and the Punga Racers. The ride then blasts you around the exterior of the volcano, giving you scenic views of the park. I give it a 3. The visuals inside the volcano are not the prettiest, with raw framing and plumbing cluttering up the view, although unlike other water rides, you don't just see the inside of tunnels, but instead a vast amount of elements that almost seem overwhelming as you travel along this quick-paced coaster. The thrills. This ride is incredibly thrilling. When you step into that canoe, you are immediately shot through a series of tunnels, drops, turns, and fast uphill inclines that take over your body with an intense rush. I give this ride a solid 5. Volcano Bay did a great job with making this ride thrilling and exciting. There is not any way they could improve upon this ride's thrills. Definitely top notch. Immersiveness. This ride captivates all of your senses with excitement and fear. As you journey into the volcano and throughout the rest of the ride, you really become immersed in this aqua coaster's thrills. I give it a 4. I think if the ride contained maybe a few more captivating visuals, it could really be on another level of water park attractions. The KRAKATAU Aqua Coaster may take you on a journey through a 200-foot volcano, but Misadventure Falls will take you on a voyage on what is said to be the longest ride ever in the history of the Typhoon Lagoon water park. Misadventure Falls is Typhoon Lagoon's newest water ride. This whitewater voyage is a family raft attraction that takes guests on a wet and riveting journey that's full of adventure. This attraction is composed of treasure rafts that hold 4 guests at a time. The ride begins by carrying the rafts on a conveyor belt uphill to the attraction slides. This is where the real journey begins. Misadventure Falls brings to life the story of Captain Mary Oceaneer, a treasure-hunting heroine and world-famous oceanographer who made it her goal to sail the 7 seas and collect treasures to share with the rest of the world. Captain Mary and her parrot got stranded at Typhoon Lagoon years ago by a rogue storm. Her ship, along with some of her artifacts, were swept to shore. I give this story a 4. When riding this ride, the only time you really have an understanding of the story is during the well-decorated queue and the conveyor belt movement when you experience the scene with Captain Mary's crashed ship and her animatronic parrot. Mind you, the scene is extremely well done. It contains real-life movements by the parrot and extremely detailed visuals. But other than that, the ride is mostly gray tunnels and waterfalls. Guests can expect to experience a wait time of anywhere from 10 to 45 minutes. The queue does, however, feature a great amount of elements to enjoy while you wait. Most of these elements are treasures collected by Captain Mary Oceaneer herself. This includes small decorations of anchors, flags, a bird cage full of gold doubloons, maps with writing from Mary herself, and a series of wood planks that, when read in sequence while waiting through the queue, tell the story of the ride. I give the queue a 3. Imagineering was really able to convey the story of Captain Mary Oceaneer through this queue and all of the decorations and knickknacks that make up this part of the attraction, which overall really do help get guests in tune with the theme of the ride. However, I do think the queue could maybe feature interactive elements, as it is a newer queue built only earlier this year. The visuals. During the upward movement on the conveyor belt, you get to take in a scenic view of the park, and you get to experience an animatronic scene featuring a talking parrot dressed in pirate attire. I give this ride a 3. The crashed ship scene that features the parrot animatronic is very well executed, with sounds and smooth movements, but beyond that, there isn't a lot of other visual elements that follow suit with the theme of the ride. Thrills. This attraction is exciting. When experiencing this ride, you get to journey through tunnels, waterfalls, twists, turns, and dips, all of which help guests experience a great amount of excitement. I give this ride a 3 for thrills. The ride isn't the most thrilling water ride ever, but it is still an exciting adventure. Immersiveness. With the combination of this ride's queue, parrot animatronic, and track, the attraction really is able to bring to life the story of Captain Mary Oceaneer. I give this ride a 3. The ride does a fair job of telling this treasure seeker's story, but it does not go about it in the most captivating methods. Now that we've dived in deep with our Ultimate Attraction Showdown, let's see which ride comes out on top. Now it's time to score these competing rides. KRAKATAU Aqua Coaster comes in with a 3 in story, 2 in queue, 3 in visuals, 5 in thrills, and a 4 in immersiveness. Misadventure Falls comes in with a 4 in story, 3 in queue, 3 in visuals, 3 in thrills, and a 3 in immersiveness. Out of 25, KRAKATAU Aqua Coaster comes in with a 17 out of 25, and Misadventure Falls comes in with a 16. And the winner of this Ultimate Attraction Showdown is KRAKATAU Aqua Coaster. KRAKATAU Aqua Coaster is an incredible thrilling ride that takes guests of Volcano Bay on an amazing aquatic journey. Through this ride's use of advanced technology with the power of magnets, Universal was able to take a traditional water raft ride and transform it into a water roller coaster. This ride even has the ability of zipping guests up and down the inside of a volcano. Now that's pretty amazing. Misadventure Falls is also a really great ride. It has a bunch of twists and turns, excitement, thrills, the works. Unfortunately, it is just not on the same level in regard to technology, thrills, and overall excitement as KRAKATAU Aqua Coaster. And because of that, I have to say, KRAKATAU Aqua Coaster takes the cake and ultimately takes the crown in this edition of Inside the Magic's Ultimate Attraction Showdown. Well, there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please be sure to check us out next time. See you guys later.